Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of A to JJ, the story of my rise to stardom to Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I'm JJ Randolph. By the way, you can hear my show every afternoon from 3 to 6 on Oldies 102.9 WHYL. So, today, since Halloween is in this area, we're going to talk about some of my Halloween costumes that I did over the years for the radio station as a mobile DJ, and I think maybe once just for shits and giggles. We had a remote broadcast when I was at WTHU, and I was small enough, yes, I actually was small at one time, to fit in a Peter Pan outfit. So they dressed me in a Peter Pan outfit, and I walked around the event for 2 hours being Peter Pan. Now, I also dressed as Santa Claus a couple times. I also dressed as Tinkerbell once because I was dared to, and I did. And on the mobile disc jockey side, I used to do a lot of clubs. One of the clubs I used to do was called Tailgaters. And Tailgaters' owner was very progressive. He was pretty cool guy. You know, when he was mad at you, boy, you knew it. But other than that, he was a pretty good guy. The one day I walked in, and I was Miss West Virgin. Yeah. I had a sash. I had shit kickers. I had stockings. One was right below the knee, and the other one came up, and I had a dress that I had gotten from the York Little Theater. By the way, if you ever need a costume, the York Little Theater will let you rent them out for almost nothing. I'll get to that a little later. So I had a sash, and I actually had my makeup done by a professional makeup artist who was also owner of a beauty salon. Her name was Lisa. She did my face, and she put the wig on, and man, I was one ugly chick, but I was Miss West Virgin, yeah. And I would have won a contest if I wasn't employed by Tailgaters. The following year, I was not going to dress up, and I went in to set up early in like 5 o'clock, and my gig didn't start till 9, and all of the help was dressed up. And I felt bad because I wasn't being a team player. So I called my buddy who owned a tuxedo store, and I said, do me a favor, get me the gaudiest tuxedo you have. I also called the lady who was my friend and was the hairdresser who did my makeup the year before and said, can you make a wig look like Don King? And I dressed as Don King. I had the fake jewelry going on. I had my pants about 3 inches above the ankle, and all I had was white socks and gray patent leather shoes. And I walked in the door, and I stood up on the stage, and I said, can a black man get a beer in America? I don't know if you're allowed to say that anymore, but back then, it was hysterical. And Dave, the owner of Tailgaters, said, no, he did not. He did not just walk in this door as Don King. And I said, yes, I did. There are other Halloween costumes that I have graced in the past. I was once Miss Wheezy. Remember Wheezy from the Jeffersons? I dressed as her one day, and probably my favorite, now there's other ones, but they were of no consequence. I dressed as a guy with an afro, the guy from the 70s show. I dressed as him one day. I dressed as John Travolta. Yes, I had that suit, okay? And back then, it fit, and I could do that and get away with it. Well, the last Halloween costume was, in my opinion, the best because it was real. It was a real person, not a TV star or not a celebrity. I've had watering holes in the past, starting with Lawrence's Bar in Thurmont, and then, of course, the Winter Circle in Hanover, then, of course, Jackie B's in York, and finally, for the last decade or so, it's been the Trindle in Carlisle. Well, one day, the bartender and I were bantering back and forth, and not really in a good way, in a kind of a snippy way. And I said to my friend, I said, you know what? I'm going to dress up like him for Halloween. And I did. With the long beard, with about 6 or 7 rubber bands. I got a bald cap, and then I got a sleeve. Well, you'll see it. We'll show it to you. And I was Scott the bartender. And I did it not I did it to piss him off. Well, that didn't work. He thought it was the funniest thing he had ever seen. He had his picture taken with me. The owner of the bartender thought it was great, and everybody had a great laugh. And the next night I went in and I drank for free. So that's my Halloween costume series on A to JJ. Some of it had to do with radio, some of it had to do with being in clubs, and some of it just had to do with me being dared. So there you have it. Till next week, when you find out how I got the name JJ, I'll be on the radio every day. Don't forget to join us for A to JJ every Wednesday, starting at 2 for a new episode. Thanks. Bye-bye.